Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? How are you? Busy's good. Busy. Busy's a good thing. That was a pretty cool stream that you guys had going on with that dude showing up at the end. That was kind of wild. Let's see what it's doing. Not so much cussing. Some movies. Okay. Not sure about that, so I'll just go back to it. Me talking. Oh, cussing for Dean? Oh, no. I mean, I think I was talking about my stream. I'm not really cussing at myself. I'm kind of accepting the mistakes that I'm making right now instead of yelling at myself. Yep. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a second. Knocking me out with those American thighs. Take a look at you. Told me to come, but I was already there. Guy had his hands up, like holding a pistol, but that just doesn't look very. Fuck you. Oh, there we go. That's the real me. It's like I sketched it out, but it. At least, perhaps Dean is a bit too big for his britches, with his attempts to focus on fanciness. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool. Boom, bada, boom, boom. I'm covering. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Maybe that's a good thing. So with the hands on the guns, I think just have them holding. Oh, fuck. This isn't a show for a fucking stream either. I think I cuss a lot when I'm working. No, that was fine. I could see Hudson. Hudson would still be holding up his weapon. So would. Been a long day. That's not an excuse, though, right? Yeah, another ninja. Just lots of ninjas. It's a good thing. Nasser is looking for an artist. That's okay. What's wrong, Matt? What's wrong? Nothing. I just that guy wasn't quite looking right. Hudson wasn't looking right. Hudson was not looking right. Okay, so I'll just move on. It's fucking late as fuck. Who's? It's okay. I mean, it's not okay. It's fucking dog shit. We're gonna move ahead a little bit. So this is my let's make it more dramatic, right? So there's your original. Then let's make it more dramatic. Will I work with him? No. No, thank you. It's not him. It's I don't know. I'm busy with this, and it's mine. Like I'm not doing work for hire. So it's not like a poopy pants to anybody. It's just I need to do this, and this is going to take a little while. I don't know. Is that a joke? Like I'm definitely not interested in doing any kind of work for hire. Like why would I want to? Maybe it's probably. Let's cut off. He's got the bandana. That'll probably get fixed. There's just fucking placeholders at the moment. They'll be shocked to be like, what? And then fucking, they'll just be grumpy. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hard. You know, you're learning people's jokes, and I still have not seen that yet. But I did watch the other thing. So when I do watch Day of the Locust, I'll do a late night doodle based off of that. Yeah, do my thing. I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. That's for sure. Because I think it'll be fun. Like once I do some stuff for Zach, you know, then it'll be like, so what do you guys think we should do next? You know, I mean, it'll ultimately be my choice, like what project, you know, I want to do. But I think it'd be kind of cool to do kind of a multiple choice, like, hey, do you want to see this, this, or this? You know, A, B, or C. It'd be kind of fun. Army of the Dead. Ooh. You know, I think Army of the Dead had some really good lighting, and they probably had a really good craft table. I think the zombies looked really good, and when their heads blew up, it looked like a real head blowing up. Other than that, um, yeah, I'm sure the storyboards look good for it. It felt long. Like it felt really, really long, to be honest with you. And then even though it was like 2 hours long, it felt like there was another cut. It felt like Zack Snyder had like another like 4 or 5 hours of movie to like show me. Wasn't that? I don't know. Talking too much. Is Nasser is he a writer or an artist? What did I think about her? Yeah, I think that's fine. How far back are you willing to go with a film? Like, do you like watching movies that have like that fucking mid-Atlantic talk? Like, there's a certain point where like movies, they just felt like they were like plays, and then suddenly the movies felt like they were like movies, you know? Like, I like Night at the Opera, and I like the like Groucho Marx and stuff, but some of that older stuff I can't watch. It's like it's too that like, you know. So that's what I was telling you, that Mid Atlantic. That fucking that's fucked up. Like, I like movies from the '70s. I like a little bit of like film grit to it, a little bit of crunch to the film. Um, like The Graduate and Marathon. Man. Oh my God, The Graduate. Ooh. Boing, yoing. I like the grit, Serpico, French Connection. I like that like grit to it. Really, I only watched the early stuff because I had to, because they made us watch it in school. I think I've watched like Nosferatu maybe twice. I think I watched that Cabinet of fucking whatchamacallit. I think I've seen that maybe once. Make sure it's not a tangent. Bring that up some. Whoa! You gotta keep an eye out for this. You want your You don't want any secret winners in there. The Fall and Hugo. Hugo sounds familiar. Fall doesn't. Cruel Intentions and Closer are my two favorite movies. Closer's It's very good because no one is good in that movie. Everyone cheats on everyone. Hmm. see, first movie experience that I remember that I enjoyed was a Benji movie. We went and saw a Benji movie where Benji was a robot. So I remember that. But I also remember my parents taking me to see American Werewolf in London. So I saw maybe the first like 20 minutes of American, and I had to be taken out because I fucking lost my shit. Like yeah, I remember having, like, nightmares about. So I started crying, werewolf attack, and then when he started having the demon Nazi dreams, yeah, I remember like just like losing my shit in the movie theater and them like taking me out. Um, and I remember like crying and shit, and like my dad being pretty pissed. And then I remember seeing Empire Strikes Back. I was old enough to go see that movie theater. I was old enough to go see E.T. One of the oldest scary movies I saw, my uncle let me watch Night of the Living Dead, like the old one, the Romero one. I think I was under 5, maybe, and that fucking scared the shit out of me. I had like panic, like terrors, like night terrors, up until my early teens, and it was always zombies. It wasn't like, oh, zombies, like, but it was like people that I knew were trying to eat me. That was the night terror that I would always have, was like people that I like, my family and shit, was like were trying to like break it in my bedroom and eat me. It's not as bad as you know eating dog food, but so I like movies. I like zombie movies, and American Werewolf in London is probably one of my favorite movies. Because like my uncle, he had a laser disc collection. So I would go stay with him during the summer in New York, and he had just like a whole wall of movies on laser disc, you know. So I would watch American Werewolf in London just like over and over and over, and it was pretty awesome. Lots of laser discs. Yes, I did see Summer of Sam. Yep, I liked it. I thought that was cool. I like Crooklyn, and I also like Do the Right Thing. I also like what's that fucking first movie he made? It was like She's Gotta Have It. I remember seeing that. That was a good movie. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. What else? I like some of. I don't, let's see what you were. Yeah, I like him. I like John. Afraid to like. to do everything. You know? Dude, come on. I mean, I like the Howling, you know? But there's parts of the Howling that are just fucking cheesy and cornball. But like American Werewolf from London is just, oh my god, it's amazing. I really fucking love that movie. Yeah, she's got to have it. That shit's funny. I'm not gonna say what line from that movie, but I actually tried to use that line in New York one time to pick up a chick. It was not long after I'd seen that movie, and I tried to use it on somebody. It didn't work. Yo, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Makani. What do you do? You working on anything, Makani? Our version of do the right thing is different than the human version. Take your word for it. What the fuck is your character from? I mean, I know you're. Is it from Land of the Lost, or is it some shit that Captain Kirk was fighting? Land of the Lost. I remember. But to show my age again. Remember Great Space Coaster? No news like good news with Gary Gnu. Remember that. And then I remember there was a show that had like a tall, skinny guy and a short little chick, and then there was like a hippo dancing around, and then there was an owl dancing around. Gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all. I remember when Pokemon came out. I remember when Slice Salami came out. Before, you just sucked on it. Like an Anne Rice vampire. You just took the salami out and you sucked on it. You just got some juices and you back into the hole. Then they started slicing it and we're actually eating it. Actually, yummy. More. You fucking asshole. Yeah, man, that's what you had to do before you had sliced salami. You had to suck on that shit like a vampire. You know? Right, you know, right, you had to suck on it, right? Let's talk about the best scenes. I'm from Land of the Lost. My current avatar is based off of Pokemon as well. Bueno. Super bueno. Dude, You ain't kidding, Buster. You ain't kidding. I remember like watching that in the movie theater and just like looking at my girlfriend and just kind of nodding. She'd be like, "Oh my god, that's the shit right there." Because in the back of my yard, my parents had like those concrete mold benches all over the place. But yeah, man, that's a great werewolf scene. Just totally hitting that shit. Anyways, best werewolf scene. You know, I like the Del Toro stuff. You know, I like that werewolf. Werewolf. I did not like that his fucking dad was also a werewolf. I mean, Anthony Hopkins. Like, it's fucking dope. I mean, I like the movie, but I was like, why is he also a werewolf? Like, why couldn't it have just been like a gypsy thing, like the original? I don't know. Kind of burned out on werewolf stories, aren't we? What do you guys think? So I kind of have like some story ideas. I have a werewolf idea, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like there's so many werewolf stories that you're not even sure if you want to fucking bother. But I was like watching Benicio del Toro, the Wolfman. Am I saying his name wrong? Actually, fuck that. You know what the best werewolf is? The best werewolf might be the one from Cabin in the Woods. I thought that was a pretty good looking werewolf. So I was watching a season of Alone. You know, Woods. So I was watching that and I was thinking, damn, that'd be crazy if a fucking werewolf showed up. And then that's when I was started to think about an idea for my werewolf story of, 9 people on an island and they're all like competing with their GoPros and shit to get a sponsorship for a survival show. An old man who's been using the island unbeknownst to anybody shows up to do his wolf out so that he could do it safely. Turns out that these fucking people are on the island, and he starts fucking eating everybody. That's so far the setup. It's pretty rough idea, but I like Downton Abbey, but I also like werewolves and American Werewolf in London. So I just imagine like East Proctor, some nice British fellow from the countryside, just kind of like folding up his clothes politely and then turning into a werewolf. Smoking a little pipe before he fucking does it. Oh my god, I was like covering it up again. Sorry. It's getting late. So I think we're taking little baby steps. We're taking fucking baby steps. Might get some ice cream. Since my wife is pregnant, there's been always been some ice cream in the house. I haven't messed with it. But since the baby's almost due any day now, I might go for that ice cream now. Let's save this. Save this and let's draw a spiky horned Leaseek. How about that? I always do these 3/4. I'm sorry. Is that what they look like? Like they have chameleon eyes. They have like spikes on their head. And that's how you could tell how old one is the size and the definition of their spikes. Are they native to the land of the lost, or did they get lost there? Hey, Scar, have you seen draw spikes, stormed Spike Lee, spiky horned Spike Lee? You have like big glasses. I have to see a picture of him, and I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about him enough to like take a picture of him, look him up. But that looks like shit. You have to like add shit to his head. I don't know. Yeah, dude, you always turn this into a fucking stressful stream. I'm just kidding, not stressful, but you're like, draw a very specific thing. No, no. It's my Leaseek. They were traveling. They're from outer space, and they got stuck in Land of the Lost. And then after a couple of generations, they didn't realize that they were not native. That they used to be from another planet. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, I was going to ask you about a specific movie that I saw the other day. And I'm just wondering if somebody saw it. It's like Vivium. It's got Jesse Eisenberg from 28 Weeks Later, the older sister. They're in a rental house or something. Like somebody takes them to a model. They end up getting stuck there in like this weird dimensional like riff, and they have to raise a baby. Spoil it, but it's like it was interesting. It was it felt like a long uh, uh, be like a long Black Mirror episode rather than a movie. You know, it felt like there's a Twilight episode where these people are on a train and they fall asleep, and when they wake up, they're still on the train, but then they realize that they're like stuck in a giant train set model town, and it's like a giant kid is fucking controlling everything. There's not a giant kid in this one, but it's like it's pretty cool. You see these people like losing their shit. Yeah, I don't know how like the bottom of his fucking face is and shit. You know, you try to caricature it and then it looks like a fucking insult. That's what I'm kind of worried about. Pretty sure. So there's like this scene where you have this kid. They give her this kid to raise. You know, and he's got like this nice slick back hair, and it's like parted. It's parted on the side, and he's like, "Hello, mother," and they're like, "We're not your mother." "Hello, father," and it's like, you know, it's just this little kid, and and they've got him like dressed like a Mormon or something. You know what I mean? They've got like a little black tie on him, and he just kind of stands there. He stands there like this, right? And the kid starts to disappear and go somewhere during the day. He's got this kind of like weird eyeball stare, you know. He's just kind of staring at him, and now he has like this little smile. And they're just like eyeballing this kid, and he definitely doesn't look real. So he starts leaving the house, and they're stuck in this kind of a labyrinth, and they don't know how to leave. But suddenly, this little kid uh, knows how to leave the neighborhood, and they can't seem to follow where this kid is going. And So finally the woman like kind of tricks the kid, into being like, hey, why don't you, could you imitate me? So the little boy goes, oh yes, and like imitates the woman. And then she's like, where do you go during the day? And he's like, I can't tell you that, mother. And then she's like, well, can you imitate who you see? Right. And that's when, so his kid starts off like this, and like he ends up, give me 1 second, just so I can give it to you guys. He ends up like doing this fucking crazy thing with his mouth, and like this whole like ribbed thing coming out of his mouth, and he starts making this like weird noise. It's like it's fucking weird. It looks even more like it's almost like Body Snatcher, like super like lax. Yeah, that's that movie. So then after the kid stops doing it, like his fucking head and shit like all goes back down into his little fucking body. It's wild. I don't want to spoil it. I mean, I'm telling you shit that's like in the trailer for it. Vivian? Maybe? All right, guys. I'm done. So you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go get some ice cream. And oh god, look at that. Isn't that scary looking? Hey, you want to see something else that I always thought was fucking would have been weird as shit? Can you guys see this okay? All right, so let's say you have you know, Thomas the Train. Right? Here's the train. Have you ever seen where they'll like right, here's the train. Jesus fuck, that looks more like a goddamn fucking tank from World War One. So this is a tank, and then they like show him like fucking coming out. Gives ever seen that? They do that with Thomas the Train. They like make him look like he's fucking some kind of fucking weird ass monster inside the train. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.